Hi everyone, I'm Jenna with Brown Dog Craft Company. Today is Tuesday, November 12th, 2024. We're here for, I think it's episode 74, and we're using the Christmas Labels bundle. So the Christmas Labels bundle is from the mini holiday catalog, and we're going to make 5 cards today. So this is the coffee and cards class. So we generally make 5 cards for coffee and cards. They come in a nice envelope, and they usually feature a lot of the stamp sets. So if you are joining live, say hello in the chat. Otherwise, leave a comment and say hello and where you're watching from if you're watching replay. So thanks if you are joining live. Hi, April. Welcome. So I'm going to flip the camera. I'm going to show you everything that we're using because I pulled in a lot of other stamp sets because this Christmas Labels bundle is sentiments only. So I had a lot of fun pulling in all these extra bundles. So let's get you down here and I will show you what I used. Okay, so first off, the Christmas Labels bundle. I believe the only place we find it is in the mini catalog, the September to December, and it's page 40. And I think this is the only love it gets in the whole catalog. I could be wrong. Maybe it's somewhere else in here. But I think this is it. Okay, so this is the bundle. I knew right away that I had to have it when the catalog came out because I love how the sentiments are made to go on the labels in this particular way. So, and then we're going to pull in... As you can see, there's no sweets, so there's nothing that goes with it per se. So we're pulling in, oh no, I don't remember which way it was. I think it was this way. Yes. So from, let's see, page 29, it's the Sentimental Christmas Suite. We're pulling in the Sentimental Christmas DSP, which I love. These druzy backed embellishments, which I didn't know what that word was until these came out, but they're gorgeous. They're gold and silver and stunning. And then we're using this shaded spruce 1/2-inch satin and sheer ribbon. Okay, so I'll show you what everything looks like in real life. So here's the stamp set and the dies. They're photopolymer. You get 4 dies, okay? And then we also are pulling in iconic imagery. We're going to use the snowflake and the holly leaves and berries. I think that's holly. Okay, and then from Perfect Pairs, this is a new online exclusive. We're using the cookie. We're going to make 3 cookies. From More Than Autumn, we use the gingerbread man and the whipped cream. And then from Latte Love, we use this mug right here. So hot cocoa or coffee, whatever you want it to be. Hi, Kim. Welcome. Okay. So, oh, and there is one more that I forgot to grab. Falling Snow. Here it is. It's a big background stamp. I forgot that one. Okay. So... this one's a cling stamp. I never put these on my stamps. You can. I never do. I'm not sure why. I just never do. Okay, so let me get all of these other things out of the way, and I will show you the cards and the card kits. I'm going to stick this on a block. Okay. All right. Okay, these are the cards we're making today. There are 5 of them. See those pretty embellishments? Aren't they gorgeous? Okay, this one I love. Back of that one. This one. This is the Falling Snow stamp. This one may be my favorite. I love that this DSP looks like a cookie. And then I love this one too. The ribbon is over there, but this has the gold embellishments and they're gorgeous. I love them. Okay, so let's pull out the ink colors we need. We will need Versamark. We'll do heat embossing with white embossing powder on one card. And then we'll need Shaded Spruce, Basic Beige, Poppy Parade, Pecan Pie. Oh, and we do need Pretty Peacock that I forgot to grab. Here it is, Pretty Peacock. I try to always list out the colors that we need ahead of time like this, but generally I forget and we'll pull one in later. Okay, so we also are going to use our blends today. We're using Pecan Pie and Pool Party and Lost Lagoon and Shaded Spruce. Okay, let's do all of our stamping first. Of what we're going to die cut out. So in your kit, you'll have a 1/4 sheet of cardstock, white cardstock, and this is how we're going to stamp everything. Okay, so you have plenty of room if you make a mistake. So let's stamp everything that we need, and we'll die cut. Let me pull those out. Okay, so in Pecan Pie, we are going to do the coffee mug, which my Pecan Pie needs to be re-inked. So we'll do the coffee mug, which in this case I'm thinking is hot cocoa, but you can make it whatever you want to be. Okay, and then we're going to do 3 of the cookies. So this is the cookie from Perfect Pairs. That's the new online exclusive. So we'll do 3 cookies. There's 1. I really do need a re-inker. I better add a Pecan Pie re-inker to my list. Do you guys have lists going about what you need to order next time? Or do you just kind of add it to the cart and wait until you're going to order and then remember that that's what you need? That's what I do. Okay, this is the whipped cream from More Than Autumn, and that is Basic Beige. So here's my Basic Beige, and we'll get our whipped cream, which I don't think I remembered to die cut my mug, my coffee cup, or my whipped cream. So we'll have to die cut those. Hi, Karen. Welcome. Okay, we're gonna stamp the holly. Maybe it's not holly. I don't know. I'm not good with flowers and plants. Okay, we're going to stamp, these are layering stamps. So these are from Iconic Imagery, or Iconic Images. And so there's 2 stamps for the leaf and 2 stamps for the berries. So the outside stamp, we're going to stamp in Full Strength Shaded Spruce. And we need 2. 1, 2. And then the inside, like the filler piece, we'll stamp in Second Strength. And when you stamp in Second Strength, you just ink up and then you stamp off, and then I have to get right over it, so don't mind my head. And then you'll stamp and fill in the space there. Okay, so my tip on using these layering stamps or two-step stamps would be to get right over the image, and then it's generally not too hard to line up. Okay, and then we'll do the berries the same way. So in Poppy Parade, we'll do 2 berries, and then the inside of the berries will be Second Strength. So ink up, stamp off, line up, and they really are, these are quite easy to line up. Some 2-step stamps are not, but these are pretty easy. Okay, so that's what your stamping will look like. Hi, Rosa from SoCal. Welcome. I'm sure you have beautiful weather where you are. Okay, let's color in these before we die cut them out. So our coffee cup is really easy. We're going to use Pecan Pie, and I'll show you the finished card. You don't need to worry too much. Hi, Mary Jean. You don't need to worry too much about the top of the mug here because we're going to cover it with the hot cocoa. Okay. So this is our little guide, I guess you could say. Okay. I'm going to start with my Pecan Pie Dark. I like to start with my dark, and I'm just going to kind of color in from the edge here. And the artist, whoever illustrated this stamp, has already drawn in where they think the darkest part of the image would be. So that's helpful. That's what these little lines are here. So that's always helpful. And that's where you know to lay your darkest color. And then I blend out with my lighter color. And my tip to you when you're coloring with any alcohol marker would be to always go over the seam, so to speak. Go over what you've already colored with the lighter marker, and that will help blend your two together. Okay. You want to work in smaller spaces. Like I probably shouldn't have colored the handle. The alcohol will blend together the best when it's wet. So if you work in smaller spaces when it's still wet, you'll have generally a better time blending. Okay, and they are pretty forgiving. If you have big spaces like this, you can use the brush tip and kind of go back and forth like this. Okay. And then if you feel, when you're all done blending, if you feel like you blended out your shadow too much, you can always go back in with your dark marker and add a little bit more. Okay, so there's the mug. Okay, I'm not going to worry about coloring in the top, but we are going to color in the cookies. So for the cookies, I'm actually going to take and I'm going to use my Pecan Pie Light, and I'm going to color them in all the way, avoiding the hearts. So I think these are chocolate chip cookies, but we're going to make our chocolate chips, our hearts, our chocolate chips. They're not going to be chocolate colored. There isn't an early espresso marker. So if you wanted them to look like regular chocolate chips, you'd have to use one of there were markers that were like skin tone color. They came in like a 2-pack of slightly different colors, and there's a couple of dark browns you could use in there. Otherwise, you could use your, I'm drawing a blank. Your colored pencils, your watercolor pencils. I'm pretty sure there's an early espresso in there. Okay, so I'm going to color all these in, and then we're going to go add our shadows after with our dark marker. Normally, I wouldn't do that, but these are cookies, so they don't follow the same rules. All right, I have to know, what kind of cookies do you like? Do you like soft and chewy cookies or crispy, like thin and crispy cookies? I feel like there's a time and a place for both. Like sometimes I want a thin, crispy, buttery chocolate chip cookie, and other times I want like a almost not cooked chocolate chip, soft, gooey cookie, right? Like almost like you're eating dough instead of a baked cookie. But I don't know which one I like better. My kids would prefer just to eat the cookie dough, just because they're impatient. You know, they can't like wait when you're making cookies. They can't. And Milo likes to steal them off the cookie tray. He jumps, well, I should say he used to jump right on the counter. I think he still would jump on the counter for a cookie. That would be worth it. Okay, now I'm going to take my dark marker, and it's kind of hard to see, but there are lots of like little dots and lines in this cookie. I'm just going to go over what the artist drew as their like dark parts. Okay, so there's like a couple dots on each cookie, and they do kind of blend in a little bit with once you color it. And then there's like these little squiggly lines. So I'm just going to go over them. Mary Jean says crispy. She likes crispy cookies. There are some cookies I found. You buy them, they're already made, and they come in like a green bag, and they have a few different flavors, but the chocolate chip ones are really good. And I can't think of what the flavor is at the moment, but okay, all right, now we're gonna color our chocolate chips, or whatever they are, our vanilla chips, I guess, and we're gonna color them in different colors. So we're gonna do, one cookie is gonna have pool party hearts, one is gonna have Lost Lagoon hearts, and one is gonna have shaded spruce. So when I do these, I'm gonna take the light marker and I'm gonna color all of the hearts with the light. Okay. And then I'm going to come back and color just half of the chocolate chip with the dark. I'm just going to do like a little line. Okay. And I'm going to do that with all the cookies. So one will be Shaded Spruce, one will be Lost Lagoon. So here I am, Lost Lagoon Light, coloring in these cookies. Now I need some cookies, you guys. I don't have any made. I'd have to go upstairs and make some. Okay, and then here's the dark. I'm just gonna draw a little line there. Just a little shadow. Okay, and then Pool Party. So have I seen heart chocolate chip cookies in these colors before? No, but that's the fun of it. We don't have to color real life, right? We can color whatever we want. Okay. Pool Party is pretty light, so I'm gonna... Okay, so that's how I colored all of those. Now, you can die cut these, you can die cut this, and you can die cut this, but the cookies you do have to fussy cut out. I am sorry. They do not have dies. And I'll tell you what, I forgot to die cut out my mug and my whipped cream. I thought I was all ready for class, and I forgot those two things. Latte Love dies. I don't even know that I know where they are. I might be fussy cutting my mug today. I don't know where I put them. I'm gonna have to fussy cut my mug because I don't know where my dies are. I don't know where I put them. All right, whatever. I'll fussy cut them. While I'm at it, I suppose I could fussy cut the whipped cream, couldn't I? Okay, so when I fussy cut, I like to isolate my image, and then I cut just outside the line. So they're, like, you know when you die cut, you get a little white border. So I'm going to cut, so there's a little white border. I would prefer a little bit more of a border than I'm cutting, but I'm not a great fussy cutter. So I'm moving the paper as much as I can instead of my scissors, and I'm trying to keep the paper in the center of my scissors, not too far up and not too far down. Okay. Oh, and if I could find the die, it would cut out the handle of the mug, but I don't know where the die is. All right, I think I can probably fussy cut this too. It's pretty easy. It's not that hard, right? We just get spoiled with everything that has dies. We really do. All right. So, all right, that really wasn't so bad. It's not as perfect as the die, but it'll work. Okay. All right. Okay, now I think we have pretty much, you want to die cut and fussy cut the rest of these, but I did them ahead of time for class, so you don't have to sit here and watch me die cut. So, all right, I think we have, those are the pieces for our cards. I'm going to set those up here and we'll get stamping on our cards now. Okay, so let's see which card I have first. I have the Poppy Parade card. Okay, so you're going to have a card base. It's Poppy Parade. You are going to have inside you're going to have two labels. This is this label, but you only need the centerpiece. We are going to layer this centerpiece on the larger Poppy Parade piece. So this is the only piece you need the full label of. I'm going to try to poke out all these insides. Okay, so not all these come out when you die cut. You might have to help them with your scissors a little. Let's see here. Poke those out. Might have to use the end of your snips. They tend to get stuck in there. Come on. All right. So we're going to stamp our sentiment in Poppy Parade on the white piece, and then we'll just trim it out. Okay. And put it right on the Poppy Parade piece. Come on. One more piece. Got it. Okay. I'm not going to do that to the white because it doesn't matter. We're going to cut it off. Okay. All right. In here, you're going to have a strip of this pattern paper, this cute paper with the stocking and the holly on it. You'll have a mat that's shaded spruce for the front and then white for the inside. So we can always fold and burnish our card base. And then let's do our stamping. Okay, so this is going to get Love and Joy from Christmas labels. You could also do Winter Wishes, that fits on here. But I'm going to do Love and Joy. And this is in Poppy Parade. Okay. So we will do, kind of try to fit that right there. Where did my magnet go? Here it is. Okay. And it goes a little bit at an angle, right in the center there. Okay. All right. Okay. And that will be in Poppy Parade. Ooh, that stamped great. Oh, I need to get my E a little bit better. There we go, that looks good. I think I just re-inked this Poppy Parade. Okay. All right. What else is Poppy Parade? Oh, we stamped on the inside in Poppy Parade. So I'll set this aside, and then I'm going to pull out my white inside panel. So 4 by 5 1/4. And this gets Hope Your Season. Is it this one? Yes, Hope Your Season is Filled with Magic. And that will be Poppy Parade. And I'm going to do that in the center. Okay. Now, we are going to pull out Shaded Spruce and the Iconic Imagery Holly again. And we're going to stamp this in 2nd and 3rd generation instead of 1st and 2nd. So when we did it for the front of our card for stamping, we did 1st and 2nd. And now we're going to do 2nd and 3rd. So I'm going to take the outside image for the holly leaves, stamp off, and I'm going to stamp in 2nd generation right here around the S. Okay. And then I'll fill that in with 3rd generation. So I'm going to ink up, stamp off twice, and the 3rd time I'll stamp on my card. And then for the holly berries, we'll do 2nd generation, stamp off once, stamp once for berries. And then the inside of the berries, ink up, stamp off once, twice, and then stamp on our cardstock. Okay. All right, so that's what my inside looks like. Cute. Okay, and we already stamped and cut our berries and leaves for the front. So let me get those. Okay. All right, this piece of DSP is going to measure 2 inches. Now we're going to put it on either side of the front here. So it's 4 inches wide by 2 inches tall. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave it 4 inches wide, but we need to cut it in half to make 2 pieces. So we're going to cut this at 1 inch. So we're going to put it in our trimmer and cut it at 1 inch. Now we have a piece for the bottom and a piece for the top. Okay. All right, so we can also trim this out. Now you have a couple of different options. You could line this up at the edge of your trimmer, or you could just trim this out with your paper snips. I'm gonna try putting it on my trimmer here. See, I might have trimmed a little bit too much off this way. So you can either use your paper snips or a trimmer. And we want to trim that out. Okay. And then we have our holly leaves and berries, 2 sets. Okay. All right, so now we can put everything together on the card. I'm going to start gluing. I'm going to glue the inside down. So this will go down on the inside. This will go on the outside, our shaded spruce piece. You know, I don't use shaded spruce very often. I think really the only time I use it is in the winter. I rarely use it in the spring, and I rarely use it in the summer. So it doesn't get a lot of use from me, that's for sure. Okay, now these are gonna fit at the top and the bottom. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my top one on first with 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. So it'll have an eighth inch of shaded spruce showing at the top and the 2 sides. Okay, oops, there we go. So just a really small border. Okay, so you can see that. Now right below that, I'm going to glue this one, and just make sure you do it right side up. Otherwise your stockings will be upside down. This pattern is directional. Okay, and that's going to get butted up right to the edge there. Okay. And then this will go right below it. Okay. I love this candy cane paper. It's so cute. Okay. We can also glue this to the center of here. Okay, that looks really good. Apparently I trimmed that better than I thought. Oops, that's a lot of glue. I maybe didn't need that much glue. Oh, I should mention that the retired stamp sale is still going on. I'll show you the flyer. Where did I put the flyer? The retired stamp sale is still open. There's stamps and Stampin' Die bundles. There might be a Stampin' Punch bundle left, and there's some embossing folders left. So you'll go to browndogcraftcompany.com or browndogcraftcompany.com/retired stamp sale, and you can find everything on my website there. Okay. And then we do have mystery boxes. You'll find mystery boxes on there too. Okay. All right. So let me know if you have questions about either of those, but both of those are still active. So, all right. I'm going to find some dimensionals. Of course, I'm on the end of a sheet. Because why not, right? Okay. I'll tell you also on my list of things that I need to order is a new take your pick tool. This end of my take your pick tool will not stay on. It keeps flying off everywhere. And it, like the other day, it flew off and hit Milo right in the face. Because he lays right behind me. This is going in the center. And then what we're going to do is we're going to glue these down around the sentiment. So it just needs a little bit of glue at the base here. I'll glue this way. And then this one will come on the bottom. And then we'll add our little holly berries right about here. Oh my goodness. Stay. Okay. And I'm going to try my take your pick tool, but it's been falling apart. You know, my take your pick tool is super old. I think it's probably the first Stampin' Up thing I ever bought. Well, that might not be true, but it's very old. Like, I've had it for a very long time. So it's probably time for a new one. Okay, you're going to get shaded spruce ribbon. I already have one that I tied into a bow, but this is the really pretty ribbon. You get, is it 15 yards? No. You get 10 yards on a spool, on a bolt. Okay, so I'm going to add that with a glue dot. And it is kind of slippery. It's going to go here. And then we're going to add our druzy backed embellishments. And this one is going to get the gold. So I'm going to do a large and 2 small. They're not small. They're medium, but there isn't 3 sizes. There's only 2. They're just not that little. Okay, so that is card number 1. Isn't it cute? One of my favorites. Okay. Our bow needs some love there. Okay. All right, that was card 1. Let's look at the next card. The next card is the Cherry Cobbler card base. And, sorry, I gotta put my hair up. I have a girlfriend who, whenever we get together, we always talk about, we can have our hair down when we're not doing anything, but whenever we're doing anything of importance, we have to have serious hair, which is your hair is out of your face. And I agree, because whenever my hair is in my face, it drives me nuts. Okay, this card is going to come with a die cut shape in Cherry Cobbler. Yours will not be embossed, but mine I have stamped with Versamark right here. And I heat embossed with white embossing powder. Okay, now I did use an anti-static powder tool on this before I stamped, and you can still see it left over. So normally you'll take a nice clean cloth. Mine are all in the wash. So I'm going to use my sleeve. Okay, and you'll buff away any excess powder that you have. Okay. All right, you're going to have some Pretty Peacock with a mat of DSP in there, exactly the same size. So we're going to have to cut down our DSP by 1/8 of an inch. Okay, we'll have a white panel for the front and a white inside, and then obviously your card base. Okay, so burnish the card base. That's already stamped. Let's stamp the inside. So your inside is 4 by 5 1/4, and don't confuse it with your outside. Your outside piece is a full card front, so it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, so don't confuse the two. We're going to stamp Peace on Earth. Peace on Earth. And I stamped that in Pretty Peacock. Now, I like to stamp in non-traditional places. So I don't particularly like to stamp in the center of my card. I like to stamp everywhere else. Okay, so here we have Peace on Earth, so that'll be for the inside. Now on the outside, oop, and here's the ink color I forgot. We need Cherry Cobbler. We're gonna do second generation snowflakes on our other white panel. So we're gonna pull out our panel that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so the full card front. Cherry Cobbler ink, and then for my iconic imagery, or my iconic imagery, there's this snowflake. We're gonna stamp second generation snowflakes around the outside. Okay, we don't need to worry about the inside. It's gonna be covered with our DSP, but we're gonna stamp second generation snowflakes. So we're gonna ink up, stamp off on scrap paper, and then stamp onto the cardstock. Okay, and I'm going to do this in a random pattern around all the edges here until we have everything filled up. And it's important to make sure that you stamp off of the cardstock. It helps your panel look like it has like some continuity to it. Like it continues, like you cut it out of a larger piece. Okay, and don't forget to stamp off. If you get one on that's full strength, I'm sure it'll be just fine. So there's our panel. Isn't that pretty? Whoever thought of Cherry Cobbler snowflakes? But it goes pretty. Okay. All right, this and this can get glued down. This is gonna go on the front and this will go on the inside. So I'm gonna put glue on both of those. Okay. And inside. Okay. And then this is the full card panel. So I usually lay it on top and then sort of kind of tap my cardstock on my mat, on my surface, and align everything with my hands. Now, if you do have something overhanging the edge, you can always trim it off. Mine looks pretty good. Okay. All right. There is a small margin of error when we cut things ourselves, right? It's not always perfect. Okay, this needs to be, the DSP needs to be cut 1/8 of an inch smaller. So I'm gonna cut 1/8 of an inch off the right and 1/8 of an inch off the bottom. So if you get this card kit, just know that you need to cut 1/8 of an inch off one side and either top or bottom. There we go. Now it's matted properly. So this will get glued together. And I'm gonna grab my foam sheets, my adhesive foam sheets. And we're gonna use it to pop this up on the card base. You could just use dimensionals, but it's generally a little bit quicker. Let's see. So I have these, they're foam adhesive sheets. And what I like to do is actually cut them into 4 pieces. So I take lawn scissors and I cut them 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I generally use 2 per panel. So one of the foam sheets, I think you get 3 or 4 full sheets in a pack. And one of them can get you 2 card panels here. Okay, just by cutting them in half there. And this is going to go right in the center. Okay, this will get popped up on dimensionals, which I'm using up the last of these here. Hi Milo, how's your nap down there? How's your nap? Hi. Hi. Okay, this is going to go in the bottom right. Whoops, it's stuck to my nail. Look, my nails are cherry cobbler. Have any of you ever thought of taking Stampin' Up! Cardstock to your nail tech and saying, I want whatever color this is on my nails? I've thought about it. I definitely have. Okay, this is going to get ribbon. And what we're going to do with this ribbon is wrap it around our card like this. So it's going to go on the inside like this. And we're going to bring it to the front. And we're going to tie a bow. And I want my bow to be about right there, I think. So I'm going to grab some reverse tweezers, and that's going to act as another hand to hold my bow. There we go. Okay. Fluff that some. Pull these out and then pull it tight. Okay, get my ribbon scissors and we'll trim these off. Okay, all right, now we need embellishments. And on this card I also use gold. So I doing a larger gold here and a smaller down here. I'm trying not to cover up the deer too much because the deer are my favorite on here. So, okay, and that's card 2. Easy, right? Easy, easy. Okay. I did my bow a little bit bigger on this one. Pretty, right? Pretty, pretty. Card 2. All right. Let's move on to card 3. Okay, card 3 is the cookie card. So this one I absolutely love. I love these cookies. So these are, we're going to have a shaded spruce card base. And I'm still getting over whatever cold I had. And it's been, I think it's been almost a month. And I'm going to tell you, it's really frustrating. I struggle to talk. Is what happens. Okay, we have a shaded spruce card base. We're going to have a DSP panel with a shaded spruce mat. Oh, thanks, Crystal. This is a basic beige card front, and again, it covers your whole card front. And then this is a white inside. Okay, so this is our sweet little cookie card. What I stamped in here in shaded spruce and then pecan pie is Winter Wishes, and then I stamped a cookie. Okay, so Winter Wishes here. Sorry guys, I know it's annoying to listen to someone cough all the time, but I'm annoyed also. Okay, so Winter Wishes is shaded spruce, and I'm going to stamp that right here. Okay. And then in pecan pie, I'm going to stamp a cookie next to it, because who doesn't love cookies? I'm going to try to make sure my hearts are facing up and down. Okay. Who doesn't love a cookie? Okay, so that's the inside. And then in shaded spruce on this little basic beige label, this is from the dies, I'm going to stamp Sweet as Sugar Plum Candy. That's this one. It has a really cute font. Really cute, like, scripty font. Okay. Sweet as Sugar Plum Candy. I'm going to try stamping it without my Misty, and hopefully I don't regret it. Okay. Sweet as Sugar Plum Candy. I don't use shaded spruce too much, so that's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. We do need our pecan. No, we need our shaded spruce out still. And we need our basic beige panel, the full card front, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And we're going to stamp second generation cookies just the same way we stamped second generation snowflakes on the last card. Okay, but this time we're going to clean off our cookie. We don't want pecan pie at the moment. We want shaded spruce. And again, we only need to worry about the outside, and we're going to do second generation. So just very random. Did you guys ever read, there was a little kid book that my kids used to like, and I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it was about a little boy who wanted cookies. Was it Elfie? Elfie wanted cookies, and he couldn't figure out how to ask his mom. I think he was an anteater or something. And he would, like, he dressed up as a businessman to try to convince his mom to give him a cookie, and he did all sorts of funny shenanigans to try to convince his mom to give him a cookie. And anyway, the moral of the story was that all he needed to say was, "Please, can I have a cookie?" So I thought of that when I was making this card, and my kids and how they, you know, who doesn't love cookies, right? Of some sort. Okay, I think that's all the stamping on this card, guys. Oh, and then we have our cookies that we already colored and fussy cut out. Okay, now I will tell you, I did use my scan and cut to cut out my cookies. Okay, so when I don't have dies, I use my scan and cut. So, you know, I'd say 90% of the stamps that I buy do have dies. I like to buy the bundle, but when they don't, and I have to have the stamp set, which this is one of those, I had to have the stamp set, I use my stamp and cut. My scan and cut. My scan and cut. Okay, so that's how I cut these out. Okay, we're going to glue our DSP to here, and then we're going to make it look like a gift. We're going to make it look like a present. We're going to do that with tear and tape and our ribbon. Okay, so this will go here, and we're going to take some tear and tape, and we're going to make what's called a tear and tape sandwich. And I take 3 pieces and put them on my hand, and the 4th piece I'm going to flip it over, and we want our ribbon to go right here. So on the back of our panel, that's where we're going to put this tear and tape, because we're going to save a little bit of ribbon by not having to put our ribbon all the way around this card. Could you wrap the ribbon all the way around? Yes. Would your panel adhere as well to your card? No, because there's bulky ribbon in the way. And you can save this ribbon and use it on a different card. So I lay the ribbon over the front where I want it to go and push it into the tear and tape. And then once I've pushed it into the tear and tape, I take one of these extra pieces and make a tear and tape sandwich. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Get my ribbon scissors down here. And then line it up. Okay. All right, I'm going to pop this up. So I'm going to use these other 2 foam adhesive sheets and get those on here. Okay. And let's see, let's glue this down first. Let's glue this in our inside panel down. Oh, thanks, Crystal. I'm running out of glue here. Here's our inside piece. Milo left. He decided to go lay by his other bed. You left me, puppy. You had to go get comfy. Oh, he's laying on his foot all sweet. He looks so adorable. He did open his eyes just enough to look at me when I said his name. Oh, he's so cute. So for those of you who may not know or who might be new, Milo is the brown dog of Brown Dog Craft Company, and he's always here. He's either under my feet or he's in the room next door here and napping in one of the beds. There's a bed under my feet and there's a bed over in the other room, and he lays in one of them. All right, you can tie a bow. I already have a double bow tied. When I was making these cards, I made an extra one, so that's what I'm going to use. And I want this to look like a sweet little gift. So I thought if we put the ribbon on the ribbon, we made this look like a gift, right? A little present. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop up our sentiment, and then we're going to pop up the cookies around it. So I'm only going to put dimensionals right behind the sentiment in the center, because we're going to slip our cookies around this. Okay, so it's going to go right here, and then the cookies need dimensionals. Normally I would just use dimensionals, but here I am trying to be resourceful and use up the last of my last dimensional pack. Can't be wasteful, right? What's the term? Waste not, want not? Oh, thank you, Rosa. I am awful at making bows. I use these. So this is my bow maker. They have pegs, and you can, the pegs are held in here, and you can put the pegs wherever you want. So this bow I did in this configuration. Okay. And I wrapped it around twice to tie a bow. Is there another card we tie a bow on? There isn't, but this is what I tie them on. So they look like this. They are for sale. They're $19 and $1 shipping. Or if you purchase another card kit, I put them in the card kit for just $19. You don't have to pay separate shipping. Okay, so if you would like them, you can have one. They're $19. You can just send me an email. It is hello@browndogcraftcompany.com, and just let me know you want to buy a bow maker. Okay, so my husband makes these special. Yeah, so they're handmade. Okay, mine has some paint in it. So he made that one special for me, but everyone else's are like this. So they're really pretty. They're made of really pretty wood, and all handmade, including the pegs. So, okay. All right, let's get all these dimensionals off. Yeah, so that's how I make my bows. I would not make bows without a bow maker. I'm absolutely horrendous at making them. Okay, so now I'm gonna tuck these cookies in around. I think I'm gonna do this one here, and this one over here, and this one up here. Okay, and this is going to get, oh, perfect, Rosa. Sounds great. Yes, hello@browndogcraftcompany.com. I think if you click in the video description, if you click more and then more, you can either click a link to get to my website and then to, directly to my email, or you can, of course, just email too. So whatever works for you. Okay, so I'm going to add silver. This is the first time we're using the silver ones tonight. And I do have it's about I think it's a 6-minute long video. If you look back on my live videos, a couple months ago, I made a 6-minute long bow tutorial. So you'll be able to see exactly how to tie a bow. I walk through it, and you can pause the video, but I show you exactly how to make a bow with the bow maker. Okay, so there's a tutorial, and I'll try to include the tutorial when you email me. I'll include a link to the video. Okay. All right. Card, is this number 3? Card number 3? All right, so these cookies ended up a little bit lower than on my sample card, but they're still cute. Okay. Oh, thanks, you guys. All right, should we do card number 4? Okay, getting to the home stretch already. Card number 4 is Pretty Peacock. We're gonna have a white sentiment strip or piece. We'll have Lost Lagoon and this really pretty tree DSP. You're welcome, Rosa. This is a panel. It's a full quarter sheet, a full panel. So 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This is for the front. We're going to stamp the falling snow stamp on it. And then you'll have a white inside panel. And I'm going to tell you, let's stamp this first because I have a little trick. You can either put your stamp on a box, put your stamp on a block, and then ink it up and stamp down this way. You could put this stamp in your MISTI without any mat and stamp that way. Or you can ink up your stamp and put your cardstock into it like this and press down. So we're going to try it this way, this third way, just to give it a try. When I stamped this one, I did just ink up my stamp here on this block and then like line it up and pray that I stamped it right. Okay, so it does work. Oh, thanks, Rosa. That's so sweet. Okay, so I think we'll just try it, right? So this is Pretty Peacock, and I'm going to ink it up, and I'm putting the heavier snowfall at the top. You could flip it around and do the heavier snowfall at the bottom. Whatever floats your boat, right? So, and I'm going to take my panel and I'm going to lay it down without moving it, hopefully right in the center. And then I'm going to take a piece of scratch paper and I'm just going to put it on top here and give everything a good press without moving the panel, hopefully. And what we should get is a nice stamped image. And I'm scared. I'm going to use my tweezers. Yay, it worked. It worked. Look how pretty it turned out. Okay, I'm going to clean this really quick because I'm just going to get ink everywhere if I don't. So clean this off quick. All right, good enough, right? Okay. Yay, okay. Let's stamp our inside too. Okay, so our inside, which is 4 by 5 1/4, it's going to get a combination of, in this card, you're also going to have a small piece of Pretty Peacock. And I'll show you what we're going to do with that. Okay, so here's Pretty Peacock, and here's Shaded Spruce. So I'm going to take Shaded Spruce and this Be Merry. Be Merry. And do I have another block? Use this block. I'm going to stamp Be Merry in Shaded Spruce. And that's going to go in the center, but the top center. And then I'm also going to stamp the sentiment in Shaded Spruce, and I'm doing Merry Christmas to You. I have a D block here. Okay, and that's Shaded Spruce. I'm not using a MISTI, so I'm just going to let this marinate for a minute. Oh, it's stamped great. Okay, that's it for Shaded Spruce. Now we're going to come back to our panel and we're going to take our snowflake And our snowflake was all cherry cobbler, but we want it cleaned off because we're going to use Pretty Peacock. And we're going to do second generation. So we got to get our little cardstock or our little scrap paper back. And I'm going to do second generation stamping around the sentiment here. So ink up, stamp off, stamp, ink up, stamp off, stamp. I think I need a little bit right there. Okay. All right, that's the inside. And then you're going to have a scrap of Pretty Peacock. And what you're going to do is you're going to stamp 3 full-strength snowflakes in Pretty Peacock ink onto your scrap, and then die cut them out or fussy cut them out. These are from Iconic Imagery, and it does have dies. Okay, right. And then we can assemble. So these 2 pieces and that. So let's glue all of this. This one. When I glue on a white piece of cardstock, I generally don't put glue in the center. And that's because I don't want the glue to show through the cardstock. I don't know why I feel like it does it with white, but every other color cardstock, I will put glue through the center, like outside and then center. I just don't do it. Now here's where you can choose if you want your big snowflakes on the top or the bottom. Okay, totally up to you. Okay. Now this is also going to be popped up, and I'm going to tell you I'm out of the adhesive sheets, I think. So I have to use just regular dimensionals. I'm going to use what's left on here, I think. Got to find another sheet. Dimensionals, where are you? Here we go. Okay, this will get dimensionals. I don't know, I guess that needs 4. Could use 5 probably. And then each one of these gets a dimensional. 1, 2, 3. All right, and I have long nails, so I cannot peel the backers off of these. I have to use my Take Your Pick tool. See, so this is what I'll be doing, and then the end of my Take Your Pick tool will go flying. And like it'll hit Milo in the nose. If he's under me. Today I dropped the ruler and it landed right on his head. I felt so bad. Yeah, Milo Bear, did you get a ruler on your head today? He doesn't care, he's napping. Oh, and before we glued this down, we were supposed to add ribbon around it. Okay, we're supposed to add our ribbon. Let's see if we can get it in there. Oh, we totally cannot get our ribbon in there. Okay, so we were supposed to make a tear and tape sandwich with our ribbon. I do this sometimes and forget, so we'll just do it on the whole card, I think. We'll just wrap it around. That's fine. Okay, this is going to go in the top 3rd section, centered left to right, with our sentiment in the center of it. And we're going to put our snowflakes around it. Okay. Oh, hi, Patty. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so we have to fix my error. So I was going to make a tear and tape sandwich. Let me get my bolt of ribbon. We're just going to have to tie it around because I didn't do it right. That's okay. will go like this, and I think I'll put a little piece of tear and tape to hold it down. You think that'll work? This might be a complete fail. This will be a watch and do as I say, not as I do. Right? Okay. Just gonna push the tear and tape in, or push that into the tear and tape. Do it again this way, like this. And then I was gonna tie a knot around it, but now we're gonna do a bow. Okay, so you get to see what tying a bow looks like on the bow maker. Okay, so let's see. I think let's do that size bow. Okay, normally I would leave this on the roll, but you hold your ribbon like this and you put it around and you switch them. Okay, and again, you're gonna watch this on my tutorial. I think it needs to be one bigger. Okay, and we make a loop, pull it under, make a knot, pull your tails down, slide it off, and voila, perfect bows. Yes, bow maker in action, Rosa. And then when you have a bow, what I like to do is take anything round. You know, it's going to get squished in the mail, but take anything round, like this is a little pen, and I'm just going to put it inside my bow, and it helps make that bow. We all learn from your mistakes. Good. I'm glad you can learn from them. Somebody's got to learn from mistakes, right? Not me. I make that mistake a lot. Okay. All right. So there's our little bow. Not what I intended, but it's still cute. I'll show you when we're all done what the other card looks like. Okay. All right. And I'm going to hide my ugly seam right there. Okay. Trim these tails. You make it look so simple. Oh, Rosa, it's just practice. I can't tell you how many bows I've made with the bow maker. Hundreds. So it's not hard to do. You know, the first couple bows I made were loose because you just aren't used to making them yet. But once you get a hang of using the bow maker, like based on who's watching from comments, like Patty, she does a bow maker. I'm sure she has a bow maker. So she can attest to how easy they are once you get used to them. Okay. All right. So this is what we intended to do, was wrap it just around the white piece, then glue the white piece to the card base. And then I was going to take a little piece and tie a knot. So the knot is cute. The bow is also cute. Okay. All right, that's card 4. And our last one is one of my favorites. I don't know if it's my favorite because I really like the card we did earlier, but normally I save my favorite for last. So this one is going to be a pecan pie card base. You're going to get a little piece of pecan pie to stamp your gingerbread man. You'll get your sentiment. You'll get a pecan pie mat with this DSP that I love this DSP. My two favorite pieces of DSP in this whole pattern happen to be the back-to-back pattern. It's the deer on this side and then what I think looks like a gingerbread cookie on this side. Yes, Patty. Yes. Thank you. Okay, we're going to have a white. This is a full card front again, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This is going to go on our card front. There's not any stamping on it. And then this is our inside. Okay, so burnish. And this is where we're going to pull out our mug that I fussy cut because I couldn't find my dies. And we're going to stamp in pecan pie. We're going to use the little gingerbread man from More Than Autumn. He's this little guy right here. Okay, and that's the whipped cream. That's the whipped cream we stamped earlier for class. Gingerbread man, where are you? Here you are. Okay, so he's going to be pecan pie on pecan pie. And you can either fussy cut him out or die cut him out. So I have already die cut him out. Okay, and then we need to stamp It's a Hot Cocoa Day. It's a hot cocoa day. And that will be in pecan pie. Okay, so it's a hot cocoa day on this white sentiment strip. Okay. Super cute, except I totally need to re-ink. And then the inside is going to get warm and cozy here. Warm and cozy. I'm out of blocks. I really don't want to have to clean a block. Let's just do this big one. All right, this is my 4 by 5 1/4. And we're gonna do warm and cozy. And a sweet little gingerbread man. Oh, thank you, Crystal. That's so sweet. I need to add the re-inker to my cart. Somebody remind me to do that when we're done. All right, so that's our inside. And this will be our front, and then we can glue this down also. It's so hard for me to cover up this deer pattern. I think this is the paper that Stampin' Up! Donates. I think it's $3 from every purchase. Don't quote me on that. To something. Some organization. I don't know which one. But it's in the catalog. I think it's on the first page of the catalog. It tells us where. Okay, this is the only white panel we're putting on the front that doesn't have any stamping on it. All the other white panels had stamping. Okay. And then this one goes here. I suppose you could put the deer face up too if you wanted to. Okay. All right, this will go in the center, and I would recommend using those adhesive sheets, not individual dimensionals. I mean, you can, it's just a little slow. Okay, this, let's see, and on this one, I'm not going to put a dimensional in this corner because we're going to put our little hot cocoa mug. So I live in Wisconsin, and it's starting to get really cold here, as it does every winter. And on the weekends, I like to go get coffee, and at least one of my kids always likes to come with me. And so usually my youngest comes with Ro. You've met her if you've been watching me for a while. You've seen her. This summer they made quite the appearance because they weren't in bed yet when I taught class. So they would come down, even though I told them every time before class, okay, I'm teaching class, stay up here, work it out with each other, help each other if you need something. They always inevitably would come down. And I just didn't have the heart to lock the door and lock them out. So, so anyway, my youngest Ro, she likes to come with me and get what she calls coffee. And she loves hot cocoa, but I haven't let her get hot cocoa because it's been summer. And we don't drink hot cocoa in the summer. I just can't, right? I'm not going to buy hot cocoa for her to drink when it's 90 degrees out. But, so we went, the whole point of my story is we went to get coffee last weekend, and she was like, Mama, can I finally get hot cocoa? Is it cold enough? And I was like, oh, yes, it's cold enough for hot cocoa. So she was very excited. She got to get hot cocoa when we went to get coffee, because they give her, it comes in this little mug for kids, and she thinks it's great. Okay, and we need our sweet little gingerbread man, and then I think I'm gonna put some Stella on my whipped cream. And I think I forgot to put glue right here. There we go. And I'm going to pull out my Stella. See now, if I would have cut this with the dies, I can't find my dies, but I'll show you what it looks like with the die. It cuts out the handle. Okay, this uses the gold, I'm sure. Yes. And where did I put them here? All right, so these are my favorite embellishments. I'm not sure if you can get them right now or if they're out of stock. I think you can get them. Okay. And one more. Now this one doesn't have any ribbon. The shaded spruce ribbon I don't think went with this, so I left it out. Okay, now on the card that I made previously, I used the die to cut the cup out and the whipped cream, but you see how it cuts the handle out? So I would suggest finding your dies. It still looks cute with the handle there, but less cute. Okay. All right, so those are all the cards. Let me pull them back in and you can tell me which one your favorite is. Let me get all this out of the way here. You can tell me which one your favorite is. So this is card 5. And this is card 4. 3. I'm not going to have enough space. Let's get... Was this number 2? This one was number 2, I think, right? Number 2. And I think this was card 1, right? All right, so which one's your favorite? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Okay. And then we'll be back next week. Next Tuesday we have class again. So I generally teach class Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. Central. And we're going to use the Reindeer Fun Bundle. I'll show you that one. This is Reindeer Fun. Really cute. And it comes in the suite are these cute book boxes, so we'll decorate one. And we're going to add a little Velcro enclosure and some candies on the inside. And then we make 3 cards. 1, 2. We'll color these with our blends. They're really easy to color. Okay. And then this one is unique. The DSP opens. Okay. So this one you'll need white stays on ink. Okay. Oh, thank you, Rosa. I love them all too. Okay, Mary Jean likes 3 and 4. 3 and 4. Crystal says hard to choose. I think my favorites, oh my goodness. Okay, maybe I'll just tell you the favorite things on each one. I love the holly and the sentiment on this one. This one, I love the DSP and the bow. I love the bow. And the cherry cobbler. This one, I love that it looks like a present. And I like the cookies. Like, I just love the present look. It's so cute. This one, I like the snowflakes. And then this one I like because it's just hot cocoa and reminds you of a hot cocoa type of day. Like maybe you went sledding and now you're back warming up and having hot cocoa. That's what that reminds me of. All right. Okay, so if you want to know what other card classes we have coming up, let me flip the camera. If you want to know what other card classes we have coming up, you can look at my schedule. You can download a copy at browndogcraftcompany.com. Otherwise, you can go back a couple of weeks ago. I did a November card class showcase. So the showcase goes over all the cards that we're making for classes in November, as well as how to sign up for them and all of that. So that's what I have for you guys today. It's 9:49, about an hour and a half. That's pretty good. All right, you guys want to see Milo? I think he's ready. Milo Bear, are you ready for your snack? Everyone wants to see you. Oh, there he is. Hi. Hi, Bobby. Hi, how was your nap? How was your nap, Milo Bear? Are you ready for your snack? Are you? Oh, what a good boy. What a good boy. All right. Good boy. Oh, these stink. Oh, they smell so bad. Like, are they bad or no? They just smell like dog treats. Yes, I know you love these. You're such a good boy. You are such a good boy, Milo. Such a good puppy. Alright, you want to eat the rest of these? Here. Here you go. There, you can eat them all. Good boy, Bubby. Good boy. Alright, well that's Milo. He always has to make a cameo appearance. So, okay. One last time, in case you weren't watching, a couple things. The retired stamp sale is still going on. Okay, you can find that on my website. And the mystery box sale is still going on. That's current and retired Stampin' Up! Products. It'll be a mystery. You'll get cardstock, you'll get DSP, you'll get bolts of ribbon, packages of embellishments, miscellaneous Stampin' Up! Trinkets or other items, and then always a hand stamp card made by me. So I've already had a couple of people order them as gifts for Christmas for other people. So I can do the mystery box for you, or I can do the mystery box. I can wrap it and send it out to someone when it gets closer to Christmas. So, oh, such a well-behaved furry baby. He's well-behaved now. However, that comes with age. He was not well-behaved when he was younger. I mean, he's just a sweet angel all the time. No, he, my ribbon bow, or my ribbon pin is over here. He is motivated by food, and he likes to steal food off the counter. He can't really get on the counter anymore unless he's really motivated, like for cookies. But I can't even be that mad because I too am motivated by food. Who's not motivated by food, right? So anyway, yes, that's Milo. And now he laid down. He's right here. So okay, guys. Well, that's all I have for you today. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, I will catch you all next week. So for reindeer fun. So I hope everyone has a great week and a great Wednesday, and I hope you stay warm or stay cool or whatever it is. If you're, whatever the weather is like, I hope you stay comfortable. Okay? All right. Well, take care. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, you guys. Milo says bye too. See you later.